Hello and welcome back after a couple of snow days or cold days or snowy cold days out in the East Coast. Well, hell with the East Coast. It was probably balmy out there compared to Chicago yesterday, which I saw online was colder than like Siberia and Fairbanks, Alaska, and the North Pole and everywhere else on the planet. I think they had like -2, 3, something like that. It was really pretty cold.
Yep.
I don't know if you saw any of those pictures of the steam coming off the river downtown, but it was pretty cold yesterday. Hey, Tafum, probably not cold where you are. Otherwise, pretty cold here. But well, we got a little bit more racing today. Yesterday, Turf Paradise was the only track running. Otherwise, everybody else canceled out. A lot of cancellations still throughout Kentucky and stuff like that. But today we got a few more tracks running. And in honor of Turf Paradise being the only one to muscle up yesterday, we'll make it our free track of the day, a guaranteed tip sheet. There is a link in the description below. Kindly use that, or wherever you follow us. Kindly use that so they know where it is that you come from. That way, if you're not winning, if you're not watching the show, you're not winning, folks. That's for damn sure. All right, Terry. Well, let's try to get back in the winner's circle after a couple of day hiatus. How are we going to start?
Okay, well, in this first race, we're going to go at 5.5 furlongs, and we're going to do on the all-weather track. It's a maiden claiming race, $17,500 claiming price. Purse $27,000 for maidens, fillies, 3-year-olds.
So 5.5 furlong profile of a South Florida winner. What you're looking for, horses with some early speed, a lot of them. 38% of the time get to the front, stay to the front, and turn into the winner's circle. There's a small rail bonus for Greek Sing, 2-3, a little bit of a discount. 4 through 7, same bonus as you get on the rail. The best place to be is on the outside, 8 and out. A lot of horses in this race. We do 1,000 simulations to get a chance to see who will have the best opportunity to be on the lead. And then based upon our projected paces, which horses today are likely to get a race that mirrors their top efforts. Terry, who's going to get out of the gates when we get going today?
Well, you can see there that plenty of them have speed, but the 4, 8, and 1 have the most speed, and they could go head-to-head to that quarter pole. That 3 has an overlay from 3-1 to 12-1. The 11 has an overlay from 5-2 to 3-1. All but the 1, 4, 8, and 12 have par plus numbers, and all but the 9, 10, and 12 have C zones.
So par plus, real quick. According to Brisnet, the average winning speed figure for the conditions here today is 73. So that means when you look at My Sweet Adeline, 46% chance to perhaps top that number, 48% chance for Bella Mendy. Maybe those two horses are to keep your eye on. First race, we do also trip handicapping. The 8 wants to be on the lead. EP types can lead or co-pilot. Ps are your co-pilots. PCs can be really anywhere. 2 and 3, they want to close. So far, this quartet not within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line. And then the 9 and 10 today is their debut. Early speed, if you like pace, looks like something simple. Miss Mitole, they're about 3/4 of a length quicker than Honor Her. Every 5 points equates to about 1 length. If we look at the late speed in this picture, we'll see My Sweet Adeline, 10 points clear of Bella Mendy. So if that one can get off to a better start today, that's a 2-length late race advantage. Finally, top 4 total pace usually produces your winner. But you see the 7 and 11 and the 3 are a cut above the rest. Terry, who do you think is a cut above the rest?
Well, I like 11 Stewbold as my first choice. She ran second in her last race, only losing by a nose. Her best all-weather speed is fastest among today's starter, actually tied with another horse. And she switches to a high percentage winning jockey. Then the 7, Bella Mendy. She was beaten only 3/4 of a length, versus similar in her last start. And she has a trainer who wins 28% of the races in the second race after claiming horse. Her best all-weather speed is fastest among today's starters. She's actually tied with the 11. And blinkers are added today. Number 6, Point to the Star, is my second. Point to that Star is my third choice. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and Lasix is added. My long shot is 9, Want All the Smoke. She is a first-time starter whose dam has 1 winner from 5 starters, 2 turf winners. Her breeding suits today's sprint distance, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. No additional bets for me here.
Terry manages no additional bets because we have a $100 bill to spend however we like in our Benny and the Bets. I've been doing a Benny and the Bets over at my Twitter at HRT Rich. Started with $100. Been as high as 119. Now I'm at 111.98 to start today. I do have a Benny and the Bets bet over at HRT Twitter. So I have like 11% ROI starting in the beginning of the year. So hopefully we can continue that today. One of the horses on the card today is one of my Benny and the Bets, but make sure you follow me over there, HRT Rich. I'm going to start with the 3-horse today in the opener. My Sweet Adeline. Second race improvement would be enough to get the W here. Number 11, Stubold. That's my second choice, Terry. Just missed at this level last out, so not much to beat today, or not much improvement needed. Bellamendi, the 7-horse, 2 of her 3 races, for her last 3 races, would be plenty good enough to score a dub today. And then finally, Honor Her, the 2-horse, has a par race on her resume, one of the few that can make that claim. I'm going to do a 50-cent try box with my money, 2, 3, 7, and 11. I feel like this is a race where you might catch a price up top. I hope I have it. Right now, the 2-horse is 12-1. So if that one won and the other 2 came in second or third, it'd make for a nice trifecta. The 3-horse, we have it at 3-1. It's at 6-1. So maybe a touch of value there too. See if we have any other horses that are standing out here that might merit some attention. The 7-horse is your favorite at 5-2. Let's see, the 11-horse at 2-1. Well, that one looks like it's the favorite. Maybe some money about to come in on the 7. I don't know. So they make their way to the gates. Whilst they make their way to the gate, Terry, when the show is over, please head on over to horseracingtoday.net. Right here in the middle of the screen, you will see a link that'll take you to our race notes as well as a replay of today's show. It'll all be right here. And then while you're on horse racing today, hell, it's been cold all around the country. Get yourself a hoodie, sweatshirt, something to keep you warm, and do so for the next 16 days at 15% less, so 15% off to stay warmer. Oof, Terry. And also support the show. That's a great way to do that. All right. They're loading into the gates right now in the opener. Is it raining down there, Terry? Does it look like rain to you down there?
Yeah, it looks a little bit like it is. And they said that it might be rain on and off. So anyway.
The 8-horse is being uncooperative.
Yep.
At 21-1, he thinks his odds should be lower. The 3-horse, well, if it's raining, it's gray. What do they say you got to do when it's raining, Terry?
I don't know. What do they say?
They say when it's wet, you bet the gray.
Oh, that's
Ever heard that before?
Yeah, you've said it a couple of times. So, yeah, I've heard it.
I've heard people at the track say that. Only after the gray wins, of course. If the gray doesn't win, they don't say it. Hey, like Private Ross or Tafon, like Private Ross in this race, he likes the 7-horse. If there's anything you like today, anywhere in the few tracks that are running, hey, please share it with us in the comments section. If you have any suggestions, questions, just want to say hi and let us know where in the world you're watching, you can do that in the comments section as well. All right. Our good friend Peter Aiello about to describe in my ear what's happening, and then I'll share with you what I see. Nowhere near the poetic sounds of Pete Aiello as the horses make their way around the tracks, but I will do my best. They're off, and they are running. A pretty aggressive start for a lot of horses. The 8-horse, the one that was not ready to get into the gates, has decided he wants to get out and get going. He is your pace setter right now. And, not surprising, we had him as our third likely candidate to get on the lead. The 11-horse, that one is riding in shotgun. They make their way down around the bend to come home. 11-horse looking pretty good in a good spot. That 7-horse also looking to be in a good spot. My 3-horse all the way at the back of the pack. The 11-horse has taken charge right now. He's moved his way in front of the 11. You got a whole horde of horses trying to make their way forward now. Should be interesting to see who ends up in the 3rd and 4th place positions. And they're making their way. The 11-horse, the 7-horse. You're going to have the 2 horses going to have to split horses to get into 3rd for me there. I don't know that he's going to have enough to get up past the 9. So it's going to go 11, 7, or 11, 9 maybe. 11, 9, 7, and 2. 11, 9, 7, and 2. So Terry, with all the smoke, the first-time starter finishing second there, and having the trifecta in his bets. You should have put the 50-cent try box there.
Yeah, it should have.
Yeah, that would have been playing all right with that 9 horse in the middle. One of the things I know we'll do, what do I have going on over here now? This is supposed to be down here, I think. All right, so race 1, that's way out of place now. What in the hell happened here? This is out of place. One of the things about this stuff being moving aroundable, right? All right. I wish I can find a way to lock it so it doesn't move. But I know this won't move around much, Terry, for me. So we're going to do race number 2.
All right. So in race number 2, we're going to go to 6.5 furlongs. And it's an optional claiming race, $35,000 claiming price, purse $41,000. It's for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upward, which have started for a claiming price of $25,000 or less since January 22nd, 2024, or a claiming price of $35,000.
Gulfstream Park, race number 2, Royal Poppy getting the top call in the rail position for our friend Private Ross. Let's see if the Private Ross's Royal Poppy has any advantages. Early speed is the way to the winner's circle. There's a big inside to outside. So maybe Royal Poppy is the one that you want to bet on because the rail does get a little bit of an extra edge. Terry, does the rail also in race number 2 have any edge early on? No, it does.
Well, you see, they've all got some speed, although the ones that has the most. But I think it's going to probably be an anyone's guess race. The 1 has an overlay from 7-2 to 4-1, and the 4 has an overlay from 3-1 to 8-1. And then all of them have par plus. All but the 6 have a C zone, and the 3 has a nice Q30.
Yeah, the 3 was that 40. Anytime the Q30 is over 30, according to James Quinn in his book, The Complete Handicapper, that's 30%. That's 40% of all the querying points. You can bet those horses blindly; they return a positive ROI. So he says. Yeah, we see the 6 horse wants to be on the lead. The 1, 3, and 5 they can lead if they want, but they can also sit in the shotgun position. 2 and 4 also have some flexibility. So outside of the 6, nobody is pace dependent. At the beginning, Olga does look like it's a little quicker than Royal Poppy. A little bit of a gap down, but really only 8 points separating top to bottom. It's a good chance you can get shuffled back if you're not careful. If you do, you better have some late speeds. And Gallup de Hermes has the most late speed along with both sides. And Be Here Now, your top total pace in this situation, Terry, is, look at it, very close in here. You got all these horses except the 6 within 2 points of each other. This, Terry, you mentioned it's an anybody's guess race. It's anybody's guess who's going to win, and you decided to make it your best bet of the day.
I did. My original best bet was scratch, so I went back and took a look and decided on this, and I'm hoping that I have the 4th day in a row that my best bet has won, as I've won the 3 and have a hat trick. Number 2, both sides, she's won 2 races in a row and goes for a hat trick, drops in class today, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. The 3, Olga, she finished third versus third, tougher in her last race, drops in class today. Her best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters, and she switches high percentage winning trainer. The 1, Royal Poppy, is finished third versus on the all-weather track in her last race. The rail post winning 23% clip. She can improve while returning to dirt, and she has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 21% of the starts when taking a horse from an all-weather surface to the dirt. And then I like the 4 as my third choice. She finished in the money in 4 races out of 8 starts at Gulfstream, winning 2 of those, and she likes the distance. I'm going to play the first pick 4. I'm going to use the 2-3 with the 1-2-6 with the 3-4 8-10 with the 1-2-3-6 $48 ticket, and I'm going to bet 20 to win on number 2, $5 exact key box, the 2 with the 1-3-4, $10 exact, the 2 on top with the 1-3-4, $5 daily double, the 2 with the 1-2-6-7.
That's a lot going on there for Terry. All right. Well, he's all in on that 2 horse, both sides. So hopefully it gives him a winning side for there. I'm going to go with the 1 horse. I'm in agreement with Private Ross. Royal Poppy, really likely to be the pace setter on the rail. And this one likes to win when it's close early on. Yeah, it's going to be close early on. That confidence should grow. Third start after a layoff. Olga, the 3-horse, pretty solid workouts. Prepping for that first race since November 22nd. Be Here Now, the Cinco. This one is the biggest class dropper, moving down about a length and a half in competitiveness. This one's coming off the bench. Can be hot. If it's hot, it's win. If it's cold, it's not. And then Terry's best bet, both sides, sliding into the 4th spot for me, is a winner of 2 in a row. Should be improved in the second start after layoff. I too did a pick 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 6, 3, 4, 8, and 10. And then I'm going to close it out in the final leg with the 1 and the 3. There you go, Tafam. There's your best bet from Terry today. Race number 3 is what we're going to do next, Terry. So you will fill us in on what it's all about.
All right. Well, we're going to go at 5 furlongs on the all-weather. It's a maiden claiming race, $12,500. Claiming price, purse $25,000 for maidens, fillies, and mares, 4-year-olds and upward.
And you can imagine that 5 furlong on the Topeka course, it's going to favor speed. In fact, 40% of the time the horse is going to go wire to wire. There's a rail bonus for always to the end. 2 and 3 get a bit discounted. 4 through 7, they're almost fair. Buffalo Girls on the outside for race 3, Terry, with speed. That's the place to be. And do we have any Buffalo Girls on the outside with speed?
Well, all of them show speed, but that 3-horse, but that one has plenty of speed, so it should get to that quarter pole first. The one also, well, it doesn't now. The 5 has overlay from 19 to 1 to 20 to 1, and that's about the only overlay I see in there. The 2, 1, and 6 have the par plus numbers. All but the 3 and 5 have C zones, and the 6 and 7 showed a little bit better than Q30.
31. So it could be a duel between the 6 and the 7. Is that what we see in the race shape? Well, the 1 and 6 want to be on the front. The 5 wants to be in a pressure. The 2 wants to close. The 3 and 7, well, they're going to have to work because they've not been within a handful length of the winner at the finish line. Always to the end. The rail horse does look like it's a little bit quicker, about a half length faster than everybody else. Most of its speed competitions to the outside. One should set the tone early. At the end, Corona Princess should set the tone late, about a length quicker than everybody else from that closer's roll. Our top total pace horses are the 6 and the 2. A little bit of a drop off there. Looks like only the 3 doesn't fit into the picture. You're going to go speed. You're going to go closer. You're going to go another way, Terry.
Well, I went with the 6. Star Performance. She finished 3rd versus similar in her last race. Her early speed running style will help her chances. So this shorter distance should help. And her best all-weather speed is fast among today's starters. Then I went with the 1 always to the end. She ran 2nd versus tougher on the turf in her last race, drops in class today, and she has a trainer who wins 30% of the starts when taking a horse from turf to an all-weather surface. Corona Princess, the 2 is my 3rd choice. She finished the 4th in her last race after being bumped at the start and only missed by 2 lengths. Drops in class today, and she has the highest last speed rating. And then number 7, Uncaptured Skeet, is my long shot. Her early speed running style will help her chances, so the shorter distance should also help her. No additional bets for me here.
In the 3rd spot, I'm going to start with the 2, Corona Princess, the only horse in the race that is dropping in class with the top par plus. 6 Star Performance, the only horse in the race with a par effort so far. Going to be forward. Number 1, Always to the End, is going to be the pace setter on the hot rail. Strong C zone. We've seen those horses grow confidence and go wire to wire. And then I think the rest of them stink. I think the 7 stinks the least. So I penned that one as the best of the rest. No additional bets for me. Race 4, we'll have some other ideas, Terry, for our bets in here. But what are they going to duke it out for?
Well, we're going to go at a mile, and we're going to switch to the turf. It's a maiden claiming race, $25,000 claiming price, purse $30,500. It's for maidens, fillies, 3-year-olds.
And Private Ross is going to stick with the 1s today in race number 3. Are you going to go with the 1 straight Luna here too? That would be perhaps a crypto code. All right, so 1 mile on the Gulfstream grass. Terry, we're looking for stalkers. Still plenty of them, 18%. Gate to wire into the winner's circle. There is a bit of a rail discount for Starlight Luna, so you might give some consideration to that. Private Ross, before putting the 1 in there as your top choice. 2 through 7, they're the best places to be. 8 and out discounted as well. So be in the middle. You don't have to be on the lead, but you should be forward, Terry. And which horses are going to be forward?
Well, they all show speed, but almost all of them are pretty close to one another. So anyone's guess again on this race. The 2 has an overlay 5-2 to 8-1. The 11 has an overlay from 7-2 to 20-1. All but the 1, 3, and 7 have par plus numbers, and all but the 1 has CISO.
Well, let's see how they're going to get their first win, where they want to be. 2, 3, and 8 want to be 8, 10 want to be on the lead. 4, 6, 7, 11, they want to close. The 1, well, so far has not been a part of the party at the end. On the outside looking in, so at the beginning of the race, Dude Ranch, along with Wellness, Miss Paola. Well, these 3 are probably, these 4 are the quickest. There's a bit of a drop from there. I would say the 3 is most likely to set the tone early as the horse that's on the inside of all those. At the end, Breeze Through Time, along with Dude Ranch and Wellness, they'll be coming at the end. Your top total pace horses in here. You got 2 of them, the 3 and the 8, that are a touch better than the rest, about a length. So, Terry, you think either one of the 3 or the 8?
Yeah, I like the 3 Dude Ranch. She finished in the money in both career races, finished in 3rd versus Tougher on the all-weather track in her last race. Drops in class today. Her breeding suggests she'll like the grass, as her dam has 2 winners from 4 starters, and 2 of those were turf winners, and they added Lasix today. Breeze Through Time, the 4 is my second choice. She finished 3rd versus Similar on all-weather in her last race, and she has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. And then 8 Wellness is my 3rd choice, drops in class today. Her best turf speed is fastest among today's starters. She has a high percentage winning trainer and switches to high percentage winning jockey. And then my long shot is the 10 Gulfstream Mary. She ran 2nd versus Simmer on all weather in the last race. Her breeding suggests she'll like grass, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. No additional bets for me here.
All right. So I'm going to go with the 8 horse in here as my top selection. It is a maiden special weight dropper. So Wellness should benefit from that. Is the biggest drop in all of horse racing. 1.5 length drop. Resume says this horse will improve in the second start after a layoff. Dude Ranch, the 3 horse, maybe the most upside in the race. Only 3rd career start and going to go long for the first time. So that's a question mark. Can it take 2 turns? Breeze Through Time. This one will be closing. All the race internals were better last time out. And then there's that 10 horse. It's Gulfstream. You got to have a horse named Gulfstream Mary D in your picks. Last time out, this horse finished 2nd at this level. Our good friend Chris Parmalu says that's his favorite betting angle. Maiden types that finished 2nd last out. Only 1 horse to beat this time. Let's see if you can get that job done. I'm going to take 15 to win, 10 to place on the 8. It's a little bit more of my Benny and the Bets budget. Race 5, Terry. This is the middle race of a 9-card race. Before we go off to race number 5, Terry, some things some folks can do to help the show and perhaps help themselves find a few more winners.
Yeah, they can subscribe to our YouTube channel and then hit that little bell, and that'll tell you all the different programs we have coming up, give you a time when they start. Go down and copy that link at the bottom and share it with everybody you know, so you can come and check us out. Then go to our social sites such as TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, and Facebook at X at Horse Race, the number 2 day, and give us a thumbs up and a like. That'll help us out a lot. And keep these comments coming and your picks, as that's really fun for us, and it also helps us out a lot with our algorithms.
Yeah, make sure you tell your friends about us. Open up the window, take out the megaphone, and yell, "Hey, Terry and Rich are on Horse Racing Radar TV. Get there now. If you're not watching, you're not winning." So 5 furlongs, Terry, at $1.16 on the mile. Are you going to tell us what this one's about?
Yeah, it's a mile and 16th, as you said, all weather. It's an optional claiming race, $35,000 claiming price, $41,000 purse. And it's for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upward, which have started for a claiming price of $25,000 or less since January 22nd, 2024, or a claiming price of $35,000.
So at $1.16 on the synthetic stalkers, still Michael Jordan, 23% managed to keep the lead all the way around the track. There's a real bonus for Wicked Mercury. Looks like our friend Private Ross loves when the 1 horses have the real edge. 2 through 7, they play a little bit under par. 8 and out is the biggest discount of all. So if you like the one horse and he's got some early tempo, could be a good place to go in the 5th race, Terry. And I think we do find that one does have some tempo, but it looks like one of them is a lot faster than the rest.
Yeah, as you can see, the 3 has the most speed here, although everybody has speed. But that 3 should get out of that gate fast and get to that quarter pole first. 2 has an overlay 5-2 to 7-2. The 5 has an overlay from 6-1 to 10-1. All of them have par plus and all have C zones.
So pretty open race. Do we see any advantages on our race pace? Well, nobody really wants to lead here, Terry. So if you get the lead here, you could really find yourself in a great position. And I'm into Mischief. Yes, indeed. My high school years and probably deep after that. College for sure, too. About a little more than a 2-length lead over everybody else. That one might be able to walk out of the gate, Terry, and have the edge over the rest of this field. If it doesn't have to work too hard, might be able to hang on. But Novala, Wicked Mercury, Love Her Lots, they're going to be coming at the end with the most late speed. The question is, will they have enough to catch that 3? According to our total pace figures, Wicked Mercury is the one that's likely or most likely to make that happen. Although that speed horse will be right there too. Is it speed? Is it closer? Is it something else?
Well, for me, it's Love Her Lots, the 2. She finished in the money in 6 races out of her last 8 starts. She won 3 of those starts, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. The 1 Wicked Mercury is my second choice, won her last race at Woodbine, earning the highest last speed rating. And she has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. Then 6, Novala, is my third choice. She finished in the money in 7 out of her last 8 races, winning 5 of those starts. And so she really loves to win. And her best all-weather speed is fastest among today's starters. The 3, I'm into Mischief, is my long shot. She won her last race, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer. That wins 38% of the starts in the first race at a route, a horse he competes in, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. No additional bets for me here.
I'm going to put Wicked Mercury. I'm in a lot of agreement today with Private Ross. I don't know if that's good, bad, or otherwise, but whatever it is, you and I are thinking a lot alike today. Maybe the cold has gotten to my brain, Terry. I'm going to go with the Wicked Mercury. Did run the top last race speed figure. 3 points better than anybody else. That's the barrier that Andrew Beyer, godfather, founder, genesis of speed figure, says is the key. Has 2 wins and a semi-close second in 3 races at Gulfstream Park on the A-Dub. I'm into Mischief. That 3 horse, I think with a couple scratches in here, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe no scratches in here. But anyhow, I think this one just has too much speed for everybody else. Going to get out to the lead, and if the fractions are right, they ain't going to catch that one. Number 6, Novaya. The always close at the end in most races. But this one, I'm afraid, just does not like Gulfstream Park, particularly on the all-weather. Does run there 4 times. Did manage to win 1 of them. Has the 3rd, but off the board in the other 2. Looks like more a turf or maybe just a regular dirt horse. And then Love Her Lots, Terry's top pick. Most consistent performer. 3 seconds in a row, so likes to hang at the end. Second start after layoff might be the key. More stamina to putting that second place into a first place finish. Race 6 begins the very last pick 4 that you and I will do today. Terry, what are they going to get started with?
Well, we're going to go at 6 furlongs. It's a maiden claiming race, $35,000 claiming price, purse $41,000 for maidens, 4-year-olds and upward.
So if you're watching us on Twitter today, do us a huge favor. Follow us. Our goal is to get to 10,000 followers on X, I guess that's what it's called now. Also, retweet. That way, when folks are searching for horse racing content, they're very likely to find us with your help. It's a very easy way, free way to help the show out and to support Terry and I as we put in plenty of work to make sure we can bring these picks to you when they're not canceling tracks. Private Ross 99 in this race says number 7, Vet Raven. Well, if you're a Ravens fan, you're not very happy this past weekend, but nonetheless, 6 furlongs. You might be happy if you have a speed horse in here, Terry, because almost 4 out of 10 win on the lead. There's a very strong inside to outside, so focus in. If that one could be focused at the start, get out of the gates with some gas, has a good chance, Terry, and, well, it looks like one of them has the best chance to be forward at the jump.
That's right. That number 7, Private Ross's pick, has lots of speed. Should get to that quarter pole first. The 1, 4, 5, and 6 have overlays. The 1 has 4-1. The 5 is 4-1 to 8-1, and the 5 2-1 to 6-1. 6 is 5-2 to 7-2. And let's see, 5, 6, and 1 have the only par plus numbers. All have C zones, and the 4 and the 7 have nice Q30s.
Now, this 7 horse, big chance to blast out to the lead. Going to be very comfortable up there. That Q30 score. I'd like to see an overlay, so it's a green go horse. Let's see if that 7 has any edges here, too. Well, so far, limited career. I think it's going to be its second start, not within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line. Of the rest, it looks like the 4 wants to be forward. 1, 5, and 6 want to close. At early speed, boy, that's a pretty big advantage for the 7. That's about 2 1/4 lengths. Another one that can walk out of the gates perhaps and have the lead early. Let's see if it can have some late speed today. If not, Mohawk River, Don't Rock the Boat. They're a length better than everybody else. Your top total pace horse in here is Mohawk River, along with Don't Rock the Boat. They're 7 points clear, so a length and a half. So maybe the 5 or the 4. Something else, Terry? Where are you going to go?
I'm going to go with the 1. He ran third in his last race. The Rail Pulse is winning at a 19% clip, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. And then I'm going to use the 6, Flat Tush. He drops in class today, has a bullet workout on January 15th at 4 furlongs.
You got that exactly backwards. You went from Flat Tush to Fat Tush. I think in terms of the real world, a fat tush might be better than a flat tush. I don't know. What's the voting on that, folks? Let's put that in the comment section. Are you for a flat or a fat tush?
Anyway, 7 is my third choice, Bella Mendy. It was only beaten 3/4 of the length versus similar in his last start. His best all-weather speed is fast among today's starters, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. And this trainer wins 28% of the races in the second start after claiming a horse. And then I like is my long shot, Mohawk River to the 5. He ran third in his last race at Gulfstream Parks, has a high percentage winning jockey. I'm going to play a 50-cent pick 4. I'm going to use the 1 and 6 with the 2, 5, 6, with the 2, 4, 6, and 8, with the 1, 3, 5, and 6, $48 ticket.
I'm going to go with the 7 horse, Vertrauen, as my top choice. That one, Terry, just has too much speed, I think, for everybody else. Making its second career start, so you should see some improvement, chance to really improve, more stamina late. And where horses 40% of the time go wire to wire, that one's going to be on the lead. Fat Tush. Yes, I prefer that over a fat tush over a flat one anyway. Very consistent performer, probably better in round 2 off the bench, and has a crazy fast workout between races. 4 furlongs, Terry, 46-1. I think you know what that is.
It's fast.
Yeah,
very fast.
Hope it didn't leave its race on the practice track. Mohawk River, the 5 horse, should be closing. Really nothing to beat, in my opinion, after the top 2 horses. And the only horse in the race with a par effort. And then focus in the 1 horse. That's my long shot, Terry's top pick. Strong Rail, second start after a layoff, and did show some improved early pace last out. I'm going to do a 50-cent pick 4 like you, 6, 7, 2, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go all in that one leg. I couldn't pick one of those horses, only 5 of them anyway. And then 3, 7 at the end, and then a $5 exacta box, the 6 and the 7 for me. So I think those are your 2 best horses in the race. Well, we got 4 minutes to race number 2, so we got plenty of time to do race number 7, Terry, at Gulfstream Park. Tell us all about it.
All right, so we're going to go down to 5 furlongs on the all-weather track, optional claiming race, $35,000 claiming price. Purse is $41,000 for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upward, which have started for a claiming price of $35,000 or less since January 22nd, 2023, or a claiming price of $35,000.
Yeah, the race might go faster than the conditions. In race 7, 5 furlongs on that all-weather track. Speed, baby. Got to be fast. 4 out of 10. Once again, big number going wire to wire. Rail bonus for Nana's Corn Muffin. 2 and 3 get a little bit of a discount. 4 through 7, they're pretty close to par. 8 and out, that's really the best jersey to wear, Terry. So in race number 7, we don't have an 8 or out, but I'm sure we have a few fast ones.
Yeah, we do. Everything, all the horses have speed in here, but really the 6 has the most, followed up by the 2, but I think it's anyone's guess again. The 4 has an overlay from 7 to 2 to 6 to 1. The 5's overlay is from 2 to 1 to 5 to 2. All but the 7 shows par plus, and all shows C zones.
So if you're watching us for the first time right now, we do 1,000 simulations to figure out who's going to be on the lead. That's in this column here. Based upon those 1,000 simulations, we isolate the horse's best performances and say, based upon our projected pace today, how likely is today's race going to match their top efforts? And then par plus in there, Terry, you know, that's right here. Brisnet puts out a figure of 86 as the average winning speed figure. And in our simulations, this is the percent time that they equaled or topped that number. As far as our race shape is concerned, well, you got a lone E here with the 6, Miss Vi Vienne. That one can get to the lead. Look out, 1, 2, they can stalk or they can lead. Got a couple co-pilots here. Very versatile in the drum roll. 3 wants to close. We take a look at how the race is going to take form. Yes, the 6 horse should get the lead, but we got some similar early pace with the 1, 2, and 4, so they might have to work to clear those. If they all work too hard, My Lady James, you'll be the judge. Those 2 have the most late speed. Bodacious Bren, that one will be a part of the late picture as well. Typically, the top 4 total pace horses produce about 7 out of 10 winners. But if you look here, Terry, only 10 points between top to bottom. It means you can't get wide. You can't get shuffled back. You're going to have to get a clean trip. And in your view, who gets the cleanest?
Well, I like that number 6 horse, Miss Anne. Well, anyway, she has an early foot, so the cutback in distance will help. Drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then My Lady James, the 5, she has an early foot, so she will give Miss Vian a run for her money, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Talking Tipsy, my third pick, the 2 horse. She has finished in the money in 6 races out of 7 starts, winning 3 of the starts, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Bodacious Bren, the 3 is my long shot, ran second versus similar in her last race. She finished in the money in 10 out of 10 races at today's distance, and she's won 3 starts at today's distance. No additional bets for me as I'm out of money.
My Lady James, the 5 horse, absolutely a fan of the Gulfstream Park on the all-weather, particularly 16 times out, 5 of them winners, 4 of them runners up, and 3 times third. 1 length in terms of class drop today, so facing a bit easier. Talking Tipsy, probably what a lot of you think we're doing when we make our picks. But anyway, absolutely running the right distance, going to be forward. 13 times out, 5 wins, 2 seconds, 2 thirds. Number 4, drum roll, please. Did run the top last race speed figure. That was 5 points. That's a pretty big gap over everybody else. And the CV says the second race off the bench should look a lot like the first one. And then Miss Vivienne, likely pace setter, is that lone E. First after a layoff, but maybe Gulfstream Park, not her favorite track. 2 times out, yet to hit the board. Terry, again today, just as a reminder, a little later on, free track, Turf Paradise over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. There is a link wherever it is that you are following us. Make sure you take a look at that. And then over at horseracingtoday.net in just a little bit, once the show is wrapped up, right here in the middle, you'll see a picture along with the headline. Click on that. It'll open up today's thoughts and comments from Terry and I, as well as a replay of the show. And then while you're there, it's cold all across the country. That HRT gear button, get yourself a hoodie or a sweatshirt, support the show. 6 days to save 15% off. That would be greatly appreciated. And then, of course, once the show is over, we will timestamp every single race on the YouTube in the description where it says more, so you can come back and watch every race at your leisure. Any interactivity, be it a comment, you come back to watch the show, you subscribe, which we want you to do. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. See all of our social sites streaming down there below. Our goal for 2025 is to get to 10,000 followers on YouTube and on X. Please help make us that happen so that we can have some extra tools unlocked for us. Race 2, Terry, about to get going. Let's look and see if we have any horses that provide a little more value than others. Right now, the 3 horse, Olga, is your 6-5 favorite. Your 2 horse is 8-1, Terry. So that'd be a hell of a best bet to come home first. The 1 horse, Royal Poppy, is your second choice at 5-2. And then anything else? Well, it looks like to me the 4 horse, the Gallop de Hermes. We have that one at 3-1. You can get 13-1 on that. So maybe the 4 horse is the way to go in this race, Terry. Would be good for the pick 4 too.
Yeah.
All right. So 1, 3, 5, and 2. 1, 3, 5, and 2. Well, you and I both don't want the 3 to win, right?
Well, as long as my 2 wins.
Well, that would mean the 3 didn't win.
That's right.
Yes, that was mine.
The 2 can't win, and I hope the 3 does.
And let's see. They're all loading up in here. They're about ready to go. Peter Aiello about to tell me what's going to happen. But I've seen shows on YouTube that do show, and I don't know how they do it, because if we put that stuff up in there, we would get pegged so fast for copyright infringement and like these lawsuits that say, hey, for every minute it's up there, you owe us $3,000, so you owe us $40 billion to pay off the deficit. All right. Well, they're off and they're running. The 2 and the 3 are battling it out early on. I don't know necessarily that that's what you're hoping for, but that's the way it's going. The 4 horse is in 3rd. The 5 horse to the outside in 4th. Pretty clean start for everybody as they make their way down the backstretch and into the turn. The 2 horse right now 6-1. The odds have come down a little bit. The 3 horse on the outside in shotgun. The 1 horse sitting there nicely in a stalking position, but really only the 6 horse isn't part of the picture as they come through the turn. It does look like there's an opportunity for just about every horse to win. The 2 horse continues to hold the lead. The 4 horse is being asked to go first. Just looking at them right now, I'm going to guess that this race is going to come down to the 1, the 2, or the 3. Unless the 5 horse, but that one's really trailing off. The 2's coming off the rail a little bit. That's going to open it up. Oh, I think the 1 horse might have been your winner, but it ran sideways right there through the gap. So it does give Terry's 2 horse a little bit of an edge. So I think Terry's 2 horse is going to take this race home, Terry. Although that 1 horse is now re-rallying, but that little bit of a turn right there, that 6 horse is coming like a truck at the end. Your 2 horse, Terry, gets the win 2-1-6, just as long as there's not an objection, because the 1 horse definitely ran sideways there for a little bit. That broke its momentum and gave Terry's 2. That's a good one for both of us because that horse went off at 6-1.
Yeah.
Indeed. So Terry paying for his day and your day right away. And as I said, if you're not watching, you're not winning.
Yep. Hopefully it paid for Tayfun's day too, as he wanted to know what my best bet was.
I think he can buy all of Turkey right about now. Saludos.
Nice race.
Indeed, from Venezuela. Thank you for joining us today from Venezuela. All right, 2 races to go. The late daily double begins in race number 8, and it begins under what circumstances?
It's a 1/16 on the all-weather. It's an optional claiming race, $20,000 claiming price, purse $54,000 for state bred 4-year-olds and upward, which would never won a race other than a maiden claiming starter, or which have never won 2 races, or a claiming price of $20,000.
So $1.16 on the all-weather stalkers, 23% of the time they win on the lead. There's a rail bonus too for cashiers check. I remember when I used to use a lot of those. 2 through 7 a little under par, 8 and out, the biggest discount. So if you're on the rail, cashier's check, and you got some speed in race 8, you got a good chance. But it does look like they're going to have to catch a tiger.
That's right. They sure will. They'll have to catch that 4 because that 4 has lots of speed. Everybody has some speed, but nobody comes close to the 4's speed. And the 2 has an overlay from, from 2-1 to 5-2. The 3 has an overlay from 5-1 to 8-1. And then all of them show par plus, all show C zones, and the 4 has a nice Q30.
There is an objection. There is an inquiry. And yes, there's inquiry and an objection for that last race. So hopefully for both of our pick 4s and your best bet of the day, that 2 horse does take the win. I don't think they're going to DQ that horse, to be honest with you. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. He definitely, let's see, coming out of the turn. It's going to be close. I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't DQ him, but I have no idea. Race 8. So for those conditions, Terry, and that early speed, as we take a look at our race shape, We're looking at the 4 horse is a Loney, Catch a Tiger. We did mention they'll have to catch that one. 3 wants to be in the shotgun spot. Maybe it'll be there. 2, very flexible horse in Shankar. So early speed does belong to Catch a Tiger, a little bit quicker than everybody else, but really only about a length. So not a real big speed advantage. Uncle Armando, along with Shankar, they'll be coming the hardest at the end. Our top total pace picture tells us everybody but the 3 horse. Reminder, pretty good chance to perhaps take this one, Terry. Who do you think? Who do you think takes it?
Well, I like number 2, Shankar. He won 3 races out of the last 6 races, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Number 4, Catch a Tiger. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey and the highest last speed rating. Dear Dad's the 8's my third choice. He likes Parks Racing, finishing in the Gulfstream, finishing in the money 71% of the races, winning 14% of the starts, and the distance won't cause a problem. He's been in the money 83% of the time, winning 17% of the starts. And then Uncle Armando, the 6th, my long shot, he finished second in his last 3 races, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. I'm out of money, so I can't make any bets.
I'm going to start with the 2 horse as well. That one is Shankar. Decent work's getting ready. Been solid in first ups. Number 8, Dear Dad. That one, Terry, finally healthy horse. Making the 3rd start in a row for the first time in its career. That's usually, to me, a sign that the horse is finally as sound as can be. Uncle Armando, the 6 horse. That one, Terry, will be rolling at the end. Highly consistent performer in this race. And then it was a real tough call for me between the 4 and the 3, but the 4 horse has a little bit better numbers on Gulfstream, a little bit better numbers on All Weather, and has a stronger Q30 score above 30 above everybody else. I'm so confident in this race. I think I had $10 left, so I did a $2 double, all with the 3 in the next leg. Looks like they did go official with the 2 horse on top. So
yay!
Possible outcome. I think the reason why the 2 horse continued to stay on top is because the 1 horse still managed to get second. Had that 6 horse passed it, I think they might have made a change in that, but that was a big, good break for us today. Final race of the day, Terry, is race number 9. Let's talk about that one and see what it's about.
Okay, it's a mile. It's on the turf. It's a maiden claiming race, $50,000 claiming price, purse $44,000, and it's for maidens 4-year-olds and upward.
So on that turf for a mile, what you're looking for are horses that can be forward. They don't necessarily have to be on the lead, but still 18% of them that get the lead stay on the lead all the way around the track. There is a rail discount for Enduring Hope. 2 through 7 get a bonus, 8 not get a discount. So be in the middle, be forward. You have a chance to be in the winner's circle. Any of those horses describe that, Terry?
Yeah, they all have speeds but the 2, but that 6 has a lot of speed compared to the rest. And so the 6 get a good break and good decisions by the jockey. Should go to the quarter pole first. The 3 has an overlay from 4 to 5 to 5 to 1. The 7 has an overlay from 6 to 1 to 8 to 1. All but the 1, 4, and 10 have par plus, and all but the 2 have C zones.
Yeah, I wouldn't have changed anything either in there. Tayfun Rich, not me, Terry. Tayfun is rich. Yes. He is indeed rich. So the last time today, Terry, we're going to talk about this, but tomorrow we'll talk about it again. It'll be at Gulfstream Park. And if you're watching and you don't want to miss Terry's best bet, see if you can make it 5 days in a row. How do you tune in to catch that one, Terry?
Yeah, you have to subscribe to YouTube channel, which costs nothing. And they hit the little bell so that you're notified about when our programs are coming up, and that also costs nothing. And go ahead and copy that link at the bottom and share it with everybody you know so that you can get them to come and take a look at us. I know they're going to like what they see. And then go to our social sites at X, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, TikTok, etc. At Horse Race, the number 2 day. Give us thumbs up and also a like. That'll help us out a lot. Keep these comments coming from the folks during the program with their picks also. We like to see them, and you're welcome, Tayfun. And that's about it.
All right. So in our race shape here, the 5 and 6 want to lead, 1, 4, 9, and 10. They want to close. 3 and 7, well, they have not been within 5 lengths of the leader at the finish line. And the 2-horse today, it's its first day at the track, at least in a live race. Looking at the early speed, Ponette. That one's a lot faster than everybody else, more than a length. The end of the race, it does look like We Live This Game, West Side Tide, Wheelhouse. They're a length quicker than everybody else. Does it come down to speed? Does it come down to closers? Well, looks like the speed horse is the one that gets the top total pace, and then the closers fill in. Terry, how did you fill it in?
Well, I like the 6, Ponat. He finished second in his last race, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Mystic Performance, the 5, is my second choice. Drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer. With this trainer wins 24% of the starts when taking a horse from a maiden to a maiden claiming event. Then I like the 3, Wheelhouse. He has best dirt speed, best turf speed, is fastest among today's starter. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then I like the 1, Enduring Hope. He drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 20% of the starts when taking a horse from a maiden to a maiden claiming event. And he has a high percentage winning jockey. And that's it for me today.
I have the 6 horse, not as my top pick. I have the 3 horse as my top pick. Wheelhouse. That one is making its second career start. And if it improves any, it's a wrap. The only question is, it's been off since August the 29th. So maybe we'll get better odds than we should. We'll see. Number 7, West Side Tide. That is my next choice. Another making its second career start. Decent workouts, prepping for the first race since November 2nd. Room to be a lot better here. Number 6, Ponette. That one just missed last out. A little lower level than today. Could be better in the second start after layoff. Definitely will be forward. And then finally, Mythic Performance. That 5 horse to close out today. Consistent performer. Makes the third start after a layoff. I have a little bit of money left, so I'm going to put 11 to win, 6 to place on the 3 horse. Here are our bets for all of today. As you know, the first race was won by the 11 horse, the 2 horse. So just play Terry's top pick all the way down today. You don't need to look any farther than that. It's best bet winning in race number 2. Of course, we'll be back for Gulfstream tomorrow. But today, over at horseracingtoday.net, there's a link wherever you're following us in the description on YouTube as well as on Twitter. Please use that so they know where you came from. It is our free track of the day. We know they're going to run down there. It won't be so cold. In the first race, we got the 3 horse, TH Darlin Del Rio, in that really short quarter horse race as our top pick. When the show's over in just a minute, horseracingtoday.net, right here on the homepage, you will see a link to all of our notes for today. Click on that link. It'll take you here. You'll also see a replay of the show right there. Again, we will timestamp every race in the description on YouTube. And while you're there, hit that HRT gear button, hook yourself up with a hoodie for all of this cold weather, and save 15% while you support the show and look your absolute stunning best. Any final thoughts from you, Terry, before we part ways and start preparing for Gulfstream Park on Terrific Terry Thursday?
Yeah, if my math is right, if you played my picks that I suggested today in that second race, you would have collected $400, and you still have the double going to 4 horses for $5 each. Hope you did that. Other than that, just be safe and take it easy. I'm sorry about all the bad weather in the places they're not used to the snow, like Florida and Louisiana, but be safe. Take care of yourselves. Give your loved ones hugs and kisses.
If you ain't used to the snow, get over it, right?
Yeah.
Ain't that big a deal, folks. We deal with that cold weather all the time here in Chicago. Not so much for you, Gary. But yesterday, minus 19, felt like a penguin. In any case, folks, no matter what you're doing for the rest of this hump day, with Hollywood Hayes' 4th best bet already in the books for 4 bills, congratulations if you played that. We look forward to coming back tomorrow, maybe another 4 or 5 bill play. We'll see, but make sure you don't miss it. Between here and there, make sure you have God's grace, God's favor, and every single thing that you do, like Terry's best bet today, ends up in
the winner's circle.
Indeed. Have a great day. We'll see you mañana.